Well, it's only been in there for like 3, 4 years, totally ghetto rig. But today, for the first time, it actually works correctly. So, let's talk about what we did in order to go and fix the underbed winch and make it so it was set up the way it should have been in the first place. So up front here, we've got a direct 8-gauge wire that goes down through. And then if we come around here, if you're ever dealing with one of these Ford Rangers, the release for the hood is right there and has a grommet that somebody definitely was compensating about when they made the size. And so it's really easy just to punch a hole through there and run all kinds of different wiring without getting involved with anything. So from there we come back, we run down in here, and I know I need to get it underneath here later, but I need my truck back on the road so we can make it to the races this weekend. So that runs down through, hidden underneath there, pops up, and comes into the back side of this racing kill switch. So on the back side of this racing kill toggle is your positive coming in here. And then the reason why this is wired the way it is because of this little bugger. I love that this X-Bull winch that's underneath my bed is capable of being wireless, and I can run it from anywhere that I want to. Except for the problem is, that means the little box that it transmits to is an always pulling design. So this wires around and goes to the box in order to be able to power it up and run the winch. This is also on the side that is off until you toggle it. And this goes to here, which if I turn on, gives me my lights. And there we go. So I have lights that work. And yet again, those are on the toggle so that way the big giant battery cutoff toggle, so I can't accidentally leave them on and kill my battery. So in underneath here is where everything is running. So there's my winch right there. That's my 3,000-pound X-Bull. Here is my wireless transmitter with the solenoid box and everything. Now these boxes will shed water from the top down, but they tend to be sealed around the base. So if you're mounting one of these and it's going to be outside for a while, make sure you're mounting it with this side up. That gets it the most resistance to the water. So from there, everything runs over here, and we've just got massive gobs of RTV sealant because this truck has hit the point of let's just get another year out of it. Oh, who knows? I'm sure I'll find a way to go and keep it on the road for another couple of years, but really if I just get another year out of it, I'll be happy. So there we go. That's that. And then there's this other weird wire here. And this wire here comes back around, runs up, and runs up through that sidewall, up to here, to right there. And that is my little control toggle. See the cable there? Let's see if I can get both in. Let's see. Out, in, out, in. So for the longest time, I have not had one of these. This was one of the first things that rotted off immediately because of the salt and everything on the roads. So this is mounted on the inside here where I can get to it and reach in and around, and it's also where you won't hit it when you're getting in and out of the back if you stick your head in. See right there? And the reason being is because constantly I will have this, and I'll get everything. I think I have it all loaded up, and I'll walk over here and I'll go, "Hey John, throw this into the glove box for me." And then I'll come out here and I'll go to readjust stuff and I'll realize that that's not in as far as it needs to be. And then I've got to walk all the way over here and I've got to get John, who at this point is usually listening to an audio book and gives me the what do you want stupid look, to go and get the remote back out, for me to go and take the remote, for me to come all the way over here, because the problem is the remote won't transmit through this. So in order for the remote to work, I have to actually be at least to over here and usually hold it down so that it transmits under the bed. That is one problem with the winch that I have found, is it will not transmit the wireless through certain sections and areas. I cannot transmit through the cab, so if the doors are open, it's practically impossible to go and get anything that direction. And if I'm over here, what I have to do is take a line of sight to where the winch box is and make sure those bars are not in line with it. So I either have to hold it up like I'm at a rock concert with a cigarette lighter, or I have to hold it down like I'm golfing in order to make it work. So that's all lined up. I've got the helper springs on there, just like we've talked about for years. Finally got them on. We're going to test those. And I got brand new brake calipers on. And you know, you guys down south, you talk about unbolting stuff. We don't get that option here. We get cut it off with a torch because that's the only way that it comes off, because it's all rust welded into place. Yeah, those springs are horrifically shot, without question. I mean, those should be a matching pair, and you can definitely see that they've had better days. So there we go, just a quick update in order to get you guys caught up. We're not going to be able to go racing. Due to a health issue that I have with asthma and everything else, I don't feel safe to go and try and do the racing right now. Plus an ongoing heart problem I've had for a few years. But we're going to go. We're going to bring along Mud Wizard in case anybody has any breakdowns in order to go help out. And then really soon here... Oh, I told you guys I was going to order up a 12 by 20 tent. I didn't get the chance to. Every single one on Amazon is sold out. So, I ordered up another Abu Dhabi, whatever, tent. I ordered up another one. It's only 10 by 20. Which, if you've tried storing lawn tractors, you know that a 10 by 20 tent is a pain in the neck, because if all of the machines have a deck on them, it means you can only store 6 machines. You can kind of kitty corner in a couple in the center, but if they're not lacking decks, then you're pretty much forced to, you know, 2 machines side by side if they have decks. So we'll get that put in place, and then after that, we'll start organizing the yard. After that, we'll work on Van Hollen, and in between doing all of that, maybe we'll work on a few other things. So there we go. I'm alive. I'm still kicking. The Ranger is still here. Have a good day.